Hi, my name is Chris Bingham. I'm professor and area chair of strategy and entrepreneurship at UNC's Kenan Business School. I'm also the faculty director of entrepreneurship at the business school. Now, the role of the faculty director of entrepreneurship is to make sure all the world-class research on entrepreneurship that is taking place in the buildings behind me is making its way into policy and practice. One of the first things we did to achieve that goal was to create the Frontiers in Entrepreneurship Conference. Together with fabulous partners from Chicago and Stanford and Yale and Wharton and Duke, we brought together 150 of the world's top academics, policymakers, and practitioners to discuss the world's most pressing issues related to entrepreneurship. We had tremendous success and tremendous demand for this conference, yet people wanted more. They wanted to leave the conference with a few insights distilled in paper format and an electronic format that they could take back to the workplace to move the needle for them as leaders. So we created the Trends in Entrepreneurship Report. The idea of the Trends in Entrepreneurship Report is that we would distill findings, cutting edge research that is coming out in a way that leaders could understand what the key trends were, why it was impacting them, and what they could do about it. We most recently began creating quarterly trends so that leaders could also have more regular updates on some of the economy's most critical issues. Our quarterly trend now, and to give you a sneak peek, is recruiting and hiring diverse teams, an increasingly important topic in our dynamic environment where it is increasingly unlikely that you are going to have the insight as a leader to solve your problems. In other words, inspiration is scattered among us, and we need diverse teams to help us address those problems. And again, as I mentioned, the role of the Trends Report is to not only surface the trends, but also talk a little bit about how we can address them. So again, hiring diverse teams is absolutely critical. And if you look at the research, you'll see that companies in the top quartile for racial and ethnic diversity and gender diversity are 36% and 25% respectively more likely than firms in the bottom quartile to have financial returns above the industry medians. That's quite remarkable. You'll also see that that's not just true for large established organizations, but it also matters a lot for startups. Female founded or co-founded startups create more than 2 times the revenue per dollar invested compared to startups with all male founding teams. That's pretty remarkable. And it's not just true for leaders in large established organizations or leaders in smaller, more entrepreneurial organizations, but we also see benefits for those investing in those types of firms, major returns for individuals and organizations in formats such as venture capitalists. But again, part of the purpose of the Trends Report is not to surface issues and to highlight key trends, but also provide some guidance and direction about what leaders can do to address these trends. So in this particular quarterly trend on hiring diverse teams, we talk about some ways that leaders can do a better job of recruiting from mostly minority or female institutions, and provide some more granular guidance on how that might take place. Overall, the goal is to combine rigor and relevance. We want to address questions that are on the minds of top leaders in practice and policy and provide guidance to them about how they can become a better leader and how they can help others become better leaders. So we invite you to engage in these quarterly trends reports, digest it, assimilate it, leverage it, and let us know how it's helping you, and let us know what other trends we should be considering. Thanks so much.